Hello, amazing creative. It's Emma, your creative business mentor. So, who should you be getting advice from for your creative business, and who should you be avoiding like the plague? Let's dive in. Okay, not all advice and not all advice givers are created equal. It's really important that we don't go seeking advice and support willy-nilly in our networks, because it might not be the best advice and it might not be the best support for you as a creative in business. So, who should you avoid getting advice from? Number one, armchair critics. People who have the most amazing ideas and theories, but actually don't run their own business for whatever reason. Either they've never tried, or there's a million excuses why their business never succeeded. Those armchair critics who have got all the ideas but actually don't have skin in the game, I would stay away from them, because it's all theory, it's all a bit of yada yada. Number two, who you shouldn't get advice from are, surprisingly enough, corporates. People that work a job or work in corporate are probably not the best people to get business advice from. Because when you work a job, when you're in corporate, you come at it from a very different perspective. Generally, when you work in corporate, no matter how high you are up in the C-suite, it's a very different business structure. You have your job description, you have a structure underneath you and around you, you have colleagues. There is a runway and a pathway to success in a job generally. And when you run your own business, it's not so clear cut, not so clean cut. So do be aware of getting advice from people in corporate. Because again, it comes from a place of an experience that is miles apart. So the advice they give you from a corporate perspective may not work for a creative or a small business owner. And it might confuse the heck out of you and put a lot of pressure on you that you don't need to have. Now, I would also suggest avoiding getting advice from your friends, your family, your spouse, your best mate, because although you might think they've got your best interests at heart, they again might not be running their own business. They don't know what you need to know. They don't have that experience. But also, when you're asking friends, family for advice, they're coming at it from a perspective of your family, a member, as your friend. And therefore, there's a whole history behind you that might cloud or color their advice for you. So I would avoid that. And sometimes our friends and our family, they might mean very well, but they might want to keep us small, keep us safe. They don't understand what they're doing, they don't understand what we're doing. So their advice might be very have a negative slant to it. And I'm not saying that's going to be for everybody, but don't assume that friends and family are a great place to get advice from. And finally, I would avoid crowdsourcing advice. That means going into big Facebook communities, into groups. Yes, that might be business groups, but it's such a vast array of experiences, business levels, business models, industries, that you might get a real mishmash of advice, and that can be detrimental and can really mess with your balance and your mind when it comes to making great decisions. So try and avoid crowdsourcing advice. And also don't forget, on the internet, on social media, everybody's got an opinion. So you're going to get all these random opinions that may have absolutely no bearing on what you actually need, because they don't know you and they don't understand you. Or they just want to get something off their chest and they just sort of go at it at the keyboards. So who should you take advice from? Well, people who are in the arena. People like you and me who are getting our butts kicked, getting muddy in the field every day, who understand what it's like to run a small business. You can quite confidently, go and ask advice from these people if you target who it is. Again, not that whole crowdsourcing, but certain people who understand small business, who are creatives themselves. Go and seek advice from them, but be quite specific who you go to. You can go to ideal paying clients or clients that you've had in the past, or current clients or collaborators, or people who have worked with you in the business, people that have a vested interest in you and really understand what you do and how you do it. They'd be good people to go and get advice from. Now, of course, getting a trusted mentor is a fabulous place to get business advice, especially as a creative. Now, it might seem that I am selling my own creative business membership here, and in a way I kind of am, because for many years I had mentors, fabulous mentors and coaches for my businesses along the way, but there was always something missing. They were generalist business coaches, or they were in another industry totally unrelated to mine. They were not creatives. So there was only so far their advice could take me. There was always that missing puzzle piece. So that's why I started the Creative Business Hub, because I knew that if I was looking for creative mentorship all those years ago, there's going to be people out there, possibly you, looking for a creative mentor who also works in business. And so I have my own design business, which I still run, so I'm really walking my talk with this. So I would definitely find a mentor, whether it's me or somebody else, it doesn't matter. Just find someone who has walked your path, who really understands what you're trying to do and maybe has already achieved what you are trying to achieve. So I hope that has shed some light on who you should get advice from and who you should avoid like the plague. If you are looking for a creative business mentor, I would love for you to join the Creative Business Hub and the beautiful community of creatives we already have in there. Now, you're going to find a link somewhere around here with all the information on one page. If you have any questions, now, of course, you might not be looking for a creative business mentor, you might not be ready, or it might just not be for you, but you would like to ask me a question, I am here for you. I'm happy to answer any questions. Pop them in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I see it. And so until next time, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.